Hi there, I'm Catherine Ortega, and today this video will be focused around homelessness. Now to go over some contents of this PSA. My main objective here is for you to come out with knowledge over this issue of homelessness not only globally but in Austin. In demographics, we will go over some common factors and who it mostly affects. On the local perspective, we will ditch the global perspective and dive deeper into the issue at hand in Austin and what is being done about it. At the end, I will go over what TG Plan is and what me and my friends are doing in our community to help out. Maybe you can grab your own inspiration on how you can help as well. Now let's start with how in 2021 the World Economic Forum reported that 150 billion people worldwide are homeless. Now that's a lot of people. The reason for this is not the same for everyone though. Homelessness is a complex issue and it cannot be the exact same for everyone. It estimated that 100 million people worldwide don't have any housing, and according to the United Nations on a file update in 2020, they stated that around 1.6 billion people worldwide live in unconventional housing, with 15 billion people being evicted from their homes. And other contributors, but not limited to, are low wages, mental illness, and domestic violence. So there is not enough information to comment on specific demographics for the entire world, but the best I have is that there are 150 billion people are homeless according to the World Economic Forum. In the United States, according to the HUD exchange data from the point in time in 2022, the US had reported the information listed below. Demographics of youth in the US, according to the National Congress of State Legislatures, there are around 4.2 million youth and young adults who are homeless. 700,000 of those are unaccompanied minors, and a large amount of minors run away from their homes due to family conflict, like parental issues with their gender expression, identity, and sexual orientation. Just a few reasons as to one might be kicked out or have to leave. There's not an exact number either to find the exact age range. And those with the increased risk of being homeless are LGBTQI+, Black youth, and Hispanic youth. Now looking in more locally, according to ECHA's report of the homelessness in Austin and Travis County, at least 5,094 people in Austin experienced homelessness in a single day in March 2023. Now that's in a single day, so just imagine how much that is in a month, in a year, and how that continues on. A Black Austinite is 6 more times to experience homelessness due to systematic racism. Austin is not excluded from the usual causes of homelessness. A majority of homeless people in Austin are homeless due to high wages, expensive housing prices, systematic racism, etc. The Texas Tribune states that Austin homeless only continue to grow and search for shelter in the city where there's a ban on public camping. And there's a cleanup occurring, but this cleanup only pushes people out of public areas, so where are they going to go? On the left here is a camping site from KUT Austin. There's an overwhelming amount of homeless people in Austin, and there's not enough shelters for them. And there are also the issue of housing women and youth. Most places focus on the male population and disregard the rest, and so it's difficult to find a place where they can feel safe. And women suffer through discrimination, especially when they are unsheltered. Shelters around Austin are doing their best to house as many people as possible and to provide them with resources that they need. And on the right is a photo from the Texas Tribune of a camping site. Now Austin Salvation Army Center downtown is closing and was one of the only shelters that allowed women and youth to stay in Austin. On the Austin Public Library website, I found a list of shelters where women and youth are allowed. LifeWorks Youth Emergency Center, just like in the name, focuses on youth in Austin, hoping to house many. Safe shelters are shelters which offer sanctuary for those running away from domestic and sexual violence. Caritas of Austin, housing, food, education, employment, and other resources. Casa Marianela, although not as a homeless shelter, but offers help for displaced families and those seeking shelter after coming from ICE detention centers. Please understand that these aren't the only shelters in Austin, but these are the ones that mainly focus on women and children, and there are plenty of others. What is TG Plan? TG Plan stands for Think Globally, Plan Locally, and Act Neighborly, and students at Austin High were assigned with a project where we research an issue around the world and in Austin. And my group decided to dive more into women and youth since we felt like they were overlooked when discussing homelessness. We were able to research many shelters in Austin, and I was able to ask some questions at Sunrise Navigation Center. We tried to set up donation boxes around the school and in our neighborhoods, to grab goods to be able to drop off at the Women and Children's Homeless Shelter. I was able to get Mark from Sunrise Navigation Center to answer some questions, and here's a little something he said. Each community combats it differently, and these decisions are often driven by funding and federal state sources. And so basically, I just kind of asked how they combat homelessness and if, challenges and how they do it and if they do it any differently than other places. Basically, it's just a lot of decision making that they have to go through, and they go through a lot of challenges with housing, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Whoa, now I know that's a lot of information, but now that you have a brief understanding, let's look into what you can do and ways that you can contribute into your own community. Well, it can be tough to imagine what it's like to be homeless for someone who's never been homeless. So people can be scared of the unknown, and they put these stereotypes on homeless people, they're always they're gonna come get you, it's not you shouldn't interact with them, when that's really just a way that we shouldn't be thinking, and the way of thinking that we should leave behind. Driving past homeless people, you just see them, and a lot of people just think, oh wow, I feel bad for them, but then they continue on with their day. They put no more thought into it. And while the homeless people that you're driving past are trying to think of what they can do today and how they can carry on with their life. So you may not be sure what you can do about it, but you can start off by locating shelters and donating items, volunteering at soup kitchens, creating goodie bags, spreading information, and at your school set up donation boxes, flyers, make people aware. And these are not the only things that you can do, but they are great starting off points, and you can totally do other stuff. You are not limited to just this. And for the goodie bags, you can totally keep them in your car, and when you drive past and you're at a stoplight, you can hand them out, and they can just consist of hygiene products and snacks. It doesn't have to be that big. That'll be it from me today. Here are some works I used, and I will link them down below for you to look into if you want to search for yourself. I hope you were able to learn something today. Thank you for chiming in.